Okay, so for today, we're going to do a little review to help us for our test tomorrow. What I want you guys to do right now is go ahead and plug in what you need to for y. It says, tell whether or not the given value is a solution of the inequality. Okay, so basically what you're doing is you are plugging this in to see if it is yes, a true statement, or no, not a true statement. So guys, instead of it saying y minus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 4, what should I plug in for y?
Negative 5.
Negative 5. So it should say negative 5 minus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 4. This goes way back to the beginning of the year. Same sign or different sign, class?
Same sign.
This is what some people told me, 25. If they did that, what they were thinking is, oh, Miss Vorpal forgot her parentheses and it should say multiply. I did not forget the parentheses, and it should not say multiply. That means negative 5 minus 5. What is negative 5 minus 5?
10.
Negative 10, okay? So keep the sign. Here's where other people, they got that far, but then they kind of messed up here. Let's just think about if this were a number line. Let's say this is 0, that's positive 5, negative 10. What this is saying here is negative 10 is greater than, and let's just imagine that we had a negative 4 right here. Class, is this a true statement? Negative 10 is greater than or equal to negative 4? No, that's not a true statement. So no, this would not be a value that could be in there for the solution. All right, so problem 2 is going to be done the same exact way. Tell me whether or not the given value is a solution of the inequality. Okay, guys, so instead of x plus 2, it says here that we know what x is. So I'm going to plug that in. Negative 1 plus 2 is less than or equal to 3. Let's focus only on the left side. Boys, what is negative 1 plus 2? Take the sign of the larger number. Guys, what's negative 1 plus 2? Positive 1. Girls, is this a true statement? 1 is less than or equal to 2. Okay, hold on. Your teacher just messed that up. We should have been plugging in negative 3 right there. Sorry for the confusion. All right, so negative 3 plus 2, what would that answer be?
Negative 1.
Negative 1. All right, so still now, sorry about that, negative 1 is less than or equal to 3. Yes or no, is that a true statement?
Yes.
Yes, that is a true statement. Number 3 says to write the word sentence as an inequality. Remember, an inequality will always have a variable, a number, and then an inequality symbol. I gave you a blue piece of paper that looks like this, and it says words into math. How many of you would say you remember me giving you this paper? If you don't know these kinds of words, like something like this, quotient or product or difference, these words are on this blue paper, and I want you to spend maybe 3 minutes reviewing this paper at home before you take your test tomorrow, okay? Quotient. What sign will quotient always be, class? It will always be divide, okay? So this says the quotient of a number x, so x will come first, and 4 will go underneath it, is more than. Some people put more than or equal to. You don't want to put an equal to sign unless it tells you more than or equal to. And then it's going to be more than 5. So this is what your inequality should have looked like. All right, for the next one, we're going to solve the inequality and then graph the solution. What should I do first on this inequality? Jonathan? Okay, add 9 to both sides, all right? Remember, you don't want to touch that negative 4 right there. He told me add 9 to both sides. Jonathan, when I do that, bring down the negative 4b, bring down the greater than sign, and then, Jonathan, what is this answer? Negative 5 plus 9. Positive 4 is correct. How many of you would say you got that far? If you did not get that far, erase it and fix it, okay? Next. Jace, what should I do to try to get the variable by itself? Excellent. He said to divide by negative 4. Notice, he's saying to divide by the exact number that's right there. In order to get everything to disappear over here, you have to divide by negative 4. All right, this becomes b is greater than. This is what I just saw a lot of people do. How many of you would say you got that b is greater than 0? Be careful. A number divided by itself always equals 1, okay? But 4 divided by -4 would equal what? A positive or a negative?
Negative.
It would be a negative. Any questions so far? Yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, that's the next step that we would do. If the last thing you do is multiply, or in this case, divide by a negative number on both sides, then you must flip the symbol. How many of you would say that's where you made your mistake, forgetting to flip the symbol? That's a simple mistake that I saw in a lot of people's quizzes the other day. Now we need to graph. -1 goes in the middle. What is 1 smaller than -1, class? -2. What's 1 bigger? 0. Jacoby, is this an open or a closed circle? It is an open circle. Guys, if yours doesn't look like mine, please erase it and fix it. And Reagan, should all solutions go to the left or to the right? I want all solutions to go to the left, and that is how your problem should look. All right, problem number 5, we're going to do it the same exact way. Solve the inequality and then graph the solution. Okay, so we always want to add or subtract first. So I'm going to add by 6 on both sides. Here's where a lot of people are messing up. They are not dropping down the negative. You want to make sure you drop down the -6b. Drop down your sign. And then Jocelyn, what's 36 plus 6? 42. Jacoby, what do I do next?
Divide the -6 on both sides.
Very good. We're going to divide by -6 on both sides. When you do that, guys, what is 42 divided by -6? -7. A lot of people just told me +7. If your board looks like that, erase it and fix it for me, please. All right? Luke, do I need to flip my symbol? Yes. Anytime you divide by a negative number on both sides, you do need to flip the sign. So now, class, read me what the new and final answer should say. B is greater than or equal to -7. All right, -7 goes in the middle, -8, and then -6. Many people on your quiz yesterday messed up this little part right here. Listen, if all you messed up on the quiz was just the graph, unfortunately you still need to redo the entire problem and the graph when you do your quiz corrections. Ellie, should this be an open or a closed circle? It is a closed circle because there is an equal to sign. And Nasir, should all solutions go to the left or to the right? To the right because they are greater than. All right, for the next one, it says to write an inequality that would represent the graph. Remember, for an inequality, you need a variable, a number, and an inequality symbol. All right, listen. Always make sure your variable is on the left side. This is what I saw a lot of people. They just put a 97. Guys, what's wrong with that?
It's not negative.
This says -97, so you've got to put -97. Then, this has an open circle, so should I put an equal to sign?
No.
No, I should not, because it's saying -97 is not a solution. Are all solutions greater than or less than, class? They are all greater than, so this is what it should say. For number 7, you want to write and graph an inequality that represents the situation. So make sure you also give me a graph. This is what it says. Your phone takes no more than 6 hours to charge. Okay, so we always know we're going to start with the variable. Next, we will put whatever the number is that's there, which is 6. Hardest part, this says no more than. If I wanted to, I could add in not more than. If it is not more than, it has to be less than. So then here's my question to you. If I tell you, hey, your phone will not take any more than 6 hours to charge, could it take exactly 6 hours to charge? Yes, it could. So we want to put that equal to sign there. Most of you got the graph correct. 5, 6, 7. It is a closed circle, and all solutions are less than 6. All right, number 8 is the same idea, but this time it says your sister invited at least 40 people to her birthday party. Please write and graph an inequality to represent that situation. I'm going to show you, I'm getting 2 separate answers on this problem as I'm looking at it. Everyone has X, everyone has 40. I'm going to show you 2 different options. Some people said that they believed it was greater than or equal to. Some people said it was less than or equal to. I want you to think about this and use just your reasoning skills. Nearly everybody also said 39, 40, and 41 on both of their graphs. Class, if she invited at least 40 people, could it have been exactly 40 people? Yes, so for the most part, I saw everyone had this. But these are the 2 separate signs that I saw. Some people said all solutions to the right. Some people said all solutions to the left. Here's what I want you to think about. If I were to continue going on and on and on forever, I would eventually end up on the number 100. Do you guys believe that? Yes or no? Yes. If I kept going this way, I would eventually end up on a 0. Is that correct? Yes. So let's just plug this in. If I say, hey guys, your sister invited at least 40 people, could she have invited 0 people? No, that is not at least 40, so this cannot be correct. Could this have been truthful? Hey, your sister invited at least 40 people. Could I say she invited 100 people? Yes, so this over here is the correct answer. All right, for the next one, we've got a modeling real life problem. To eat off of the kids' menu at Cracker Barrel, you can be no more than 12 years old. Write and graph an inequality that represents the situation. All right, so once again, we know an inequality will always have an X, and then it will have a number. What number are we putting on this? 12, because you can be no more than 12 years. Everybody got that you could be exactly 12 years. Somebody said greater than, and some people said less than. Let's do kind of what we did before. This says all solutions are greater than. If you chose to do it this way, what number would you eventually end up on if you come over here to the right? What's a bigger number than 12? 100, okay? So to eat off the kids' menu, you can be no more than 12 years old. Would they let a grandma, a 100-year-old, eat off the kids' menu? No. So listen, use your reasoning skills to see that doesn't make sense. So that could not be correct. Let's try it over here. This one, once again, we still have the numbers 11, 12, and 13. We know they could be exactly 12, but this answer tells me that all solutions are less than 12. What's a number that I would land on if I went to the left, an age? 1. Could a 1-year-old eat off of the kids' menu at Cracker Barrel? Yes, so this is the one that makes sense.
Probably not a 1-year-old.
All right, for the last problem of the day, you make $7.50 per hour mowing lawns. You are trying to earn $165 to buy a hoverboard. Write and solve an inequality that represents the number of hours you need to work in order to earn enough money to buy the hoverboard. So you are writing and solving an inequality. Then I want you to interpret what your solution means. Interpret what your answer means to me in a complete sentence. All right, guys, I want us to focus first on this part right here. $7.50 per hour. How would I write that for my inequality? $7.50, should I say plus an hour, minus an hour, divided by an hour, or multiplied by an hour? Multiplying, okay? So times H. Every hour, it's going to go up, okay? Then we know we are trying to earn $165. If I earned exactly $165, could I buy the hoverboard? Yes, so I'm going to put an equal sign. If I earned less than $165, could I get that hoverboard? No, so it cannot be less than. It has to be more than or greater than. This is where you have written the inequality. Now you need to solve it. That means get the h by itself. Jace, how do I get h by itself? I have to divide. Very good. I'm dividing by $7.50 on both sides. If your board doesn't look like mine, please make it look like this. Class, what is 165 divided by $7.50?
20.
Not 20. 22. Okay, the H stands for hours. Now it tells us, once again, interpret. What in the world does that mean? This is what many people wrote down. I had a lot of people tell me this on their quiz. You must work 22 hours. Class, if this right here said H equals 22, that would be a correct statement. But does it say H equals 22? No, it says H is greater than or equal to 22 hours. So you need to say you must work 22 hours or more. What's another way that I could say that?
You must work at least 22 hours.
You must work at least 22 hours. Okay, so if you tell me it's exactly 22 hours, that will not be correct. You must work at least, or you must work 22 hours or more. Okay, I hope that helped you a little bit for your test tomorrow.